Hey, what is up guys? This is Primal Dialga, and today we're going to be looking at something
controversial.
It is 15 Pokemon from Generation 4 that you should not catch, and 10 that are underrated. So we are going to look through that list. Some of you may have hurt feelings at the end of this video. That's actually what I intend to do, is hurt your feelings, because it's gonna happen eventually. It might as well happen in this video. But anyway, let's get into it. So 15 Generation 4 Pokemon that no one should catch, and 10 that are totally underrated. So we're not gonna read any of this, because why would we? No one should catch Burmy. I kind of agree with it. I've had Burmy just to finish the Pokedex, but I like that you can turn Burmy into Wormadam, I think. But anyway, I like that I think this one turns into what looks like pizza, and one of them turns into something else. That's I think food related. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. Totally underrated, B-Barrel. I don't really like B-Barrel. I like it can use rollout. After a little while it can do some damage, but I personally prefer Bidoof over B-Barrel. It's just, you know, Bidoof is the god of all Pokemon, so you can't really compete with it, I guess. But it says stop that sniggering. Hopefully I don't get demonetized for saying that. Yeah, no one should catch Phione. It's literally just a worse version of Manaphy. It's stupid. I get that, like, you can put it in with a Ditto and then whatever. Totally underrated, Honchkrow. I don't know if it's underrated, because Cyrus had a Honchkrow to my knowledge, and that I don't remember what it had, what its setup was or anything, but I just remember Cyrus was a pretty tough battle. I don't think he was really underrated. Let's get on with that. No one should catch Chatot. I think that's pretty accurate. I love Chatot in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, but other than that, like, what does it do? Does it do Uproar? Does that do more damage? I can't really remember. It's been outpaced by Meloetta, apparently. No one should catch Lumineon. When I went to go battle the Pokemon League, I skipped the trainer that had Lumineon, so I didn't have Lumineon in my Pokedex, and so I couldn't go to that other island, that fight area. I couldn't go there because I couldn't find Lumineon. So I've never tried to battle with it though. I don't even know if I've ever had one. I've had plenty of Finneons, but never really evolved it, so I don't know. It's just a fish. Just a fish, that's all it is. Totally underrated, Luxray. I love Luxray. I love its design. It's really powerful. I always have a Luxray when I play through one of the Sinnoh games, but it's got a really high attack. The only thing that I don't like is that it's not very fast, so there's that, but it can take a hit from what I remember, and so I kind of agree with that. I love Luxray. It's so good. No one should catch Cherubi. I don't know if I've ever caught a Cherubi, actually. Wait. As was the case with Burmy, Oh! No one should catch Bidoof? What the? They're allowed to be wrong. I'm not gonna dwell on that too much. I can't look at that sentence. It hurts. No one should catch Combee. No one should catch a male Combee. Like, you need a female one to get to a Vespiquen. But I think it's got like a much lower chance of being a female, so Vespiquen's cool. It's like the only reason to use honey in the whole game is to get a Combee, and then like I forget what other rare Pokemon you could get, maybe Krogunk or something. I don't know. Yeah, so Vespiquen is reasonably good. Yeah, the males are useless. It's just like in real life. Wow. Underrated Gastrodon. A lot of people know, at least I hope a lot of people know, that Gastrodon is a beast. It doesn't have as good of stats as Swampert, but it has recovery. So, I mean, it kind of makes up for that, because Swampert, like, it can take some hits, but I mean, if it just keeps getting hit over and over, it's done. It doesn't have really any recovery moves at all. Yeah, it's got a ×4 weakness, but who cares? No one should catch Purugly, I guess? This is one of the Pokemon that I never really used. Like, I think it's pretty beefy though. Like, not just physically. It's not physically just thick. But I think it can take a fair amount of hits. I remember it being annoying to battle against. It's faster than its chunky thighs would suggest, so it's got that going for it. I agree with that. Totally underrated Staraptor. I don't think it's underrated. I think a lot of people used Staraptor because it has close combat. I think it's totally normally rated, not overrated or anything. It's totally, and it has Roost, like most bird Pokemon do, but it has like close combat and stuff. So, and yeah, it's got a high attack, great speed. It's good. No one should catch Kricketot. I totally agree. So I just finished a Diamond playthrough, I don't know, like 4 months ago. Not really just finished. I wanted to have a good bug type Pokemon, and I was kind of early in the game. Although I don't know if there's really any good bug types in Sinnoh. Anyway, so I tried to get it to a Kricketune so I could just use the Kricketune. Kricketune, I think, is decent. I don't know, I never got to use a Kricketune. I would send in Kricketot and try to weaken the other Pokemon, and then I would swap out another Pokemon to finish the opponent off, so that they would get, half and half HP. But like, Kricketot couldn't really do any damage at all. Like, it would have to be to where I would send in Kricketot, then I'd have to instantly swap it out for a Pokemon that could take that extra hit, because Kricketot couldn't dish out anything. It was so annoying. So I ended up getting rid of it, or just putting it in the PC. Totally underrated Frostlass. I'd have to agree. I've never used one, but I know it's usable. Let's see what it says, because I've never really used it. Ice and Ghost is a good combination. Blah blah blah. It's very fast. Has equals attack and special attack. Tricky move. So yeah, I guess whatever. No one should catch Mantike. Is that? Yeah, that's a that looks kind of like a Mantine in the picture, but I guess it's just the face. I don't think I've ever used a Mantike, so I have had one, but I've never used it in a battle, so I'll just agree with that. Underrated Pokemon, Hippowdon. I have not used this either, but I remember, I think her name is Bertha, the ground type Elite Four chick. She uses a Hippowdon, and I remember it being annoying to knock out. What does it say? It's a physical tank, and then it has sandstorm, or it brings in a sandstorm. So that's cool. No one should catch Mime Jr. I've had Mr. Mime, but I've never had Mime Jr. I've never even tried to battle with one. I like the design way better than Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime is kind of just creepy. So yeah, Mime Jr. is actually cute. Underrated. Okay, that's cheating. You can't put them all as number 8. That's cheating. For the generation, Empoleon, like, it resisted friggin' I don't know, 11 different types or something crazy like that. It was a beast. And then Chimchar, you know, evolved into Infernape, which is like still one of my go-to sweepers. Like just because he's fast, and then he's got really good attack and special attack. So there's that. And then Turtwig, so Torterra. I don't know if I've really used one, but I'm a little turned off because of its double weakness to ice. But I guess it's good. Nobody should catch Bonsly or Bonsly, whatever you call it. Anyway, yeah, I guess. I mean, the baby Pokemon, you really don't even need them. So, has a high attack and defense, but sorely lacking in everything else. Sure, no one should catch Licky Licky. I don't think I ever used a Licky Licky. I've just seen it in Rise of Darkrai. Yeah, he's in that one. Let's see. He's got decent all-around stats and can take hits and dish them out. So I guess just in the lower tiers, is what it says. So I guess it can do everything, but it doesn't specialize in everything. I think that's what they're saying, is that if you're trying to do a specific thing, a lot of times another Pokemon could do it better. Underrated Rotom. I call it Rotom for some reason. As far as competitively, I don't think he's underrated. Everyone's got one in competitive. You always have to have I think the lawnmower one is maybe the most common. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if anything, like, it could be so much. It's fast. It's fast too. So, yeah, I mean, this should be like the number one underrated, I guess. But anyway, no one should catch Happiny. Yeah, they're going with the no one should ever catch a baby Pokemon. So whatever, I'm not gonna read all of that. No one should catch Rhyperior. I don't know if I agree with that. I know it's got pretty good defense. I think it's got like 2 double weaknesses, so I think that kind of sucks. It takes everything it means to be a rock type and dials it up to 11. What is it? What's wrong with it? It doesn't look like it's fast, and then it has 2 double weaknesses, so yeah. Totally underrated Bronzong. Yes! Totally underrated. It was a beast in Generation 4. It had like, I think it had 1 weakness, and like whatever ability it had, that would get rid of it. Had 2 weaknesses technically, but its ability would get rid of one of them depending on whichever you wanted. Like for one, it would either get Levitate, which got rid of its ground type weakness, or it would have Heat Proof, which would get rid of its fire type weakness. So it was just amazing. They nerfed steel types in Generation 5 or 6. I feel like it was 6. I think when they introduced fairy types, they were like, okay, steel would be overpowered if it was still resistant to everything, so it's not resistant to dark and then something else. I don't know. But anyway, but it was amazing back then. I always had a Bronzong. So yeah, that's right, because it's slow, and then it could use Gyro Ball and blah blah blah. No one should catch Chingling. I've caught one. I've definitely caught one because they just randomly pop up in the main mountain that you go in. Like those things pop up all the time. I guess I agree with this a little bit. It says that they look like they're psychic and steel, but they're just psychic. Anyway, it says that all Chimecho can do is be supportive. Doesn't support better than others. I guess that's all of the article. I don't know how long this video is, but for the most part I agree with it. I am very glad that they didn't officially put Bidoof as one of the Pokemon you should never catch, but I guess you should never try to catch it because it'll just obliterate you where you stand. So there's that. I guess that's the end of the video.